So the most popular deck in the meta right now is orcust. There's not even a competition. Everyone is playing this deck. This deck is really good, it's really recursive, and it's really accessible because any two monsters is full orcust combo. So we have a deck that specifically counters it. You're playing Resonators with 30 cards, and inside we're playing 9 hand traps, Artifact Lancia, DD Crow, and Skullmeister, all at 3 copies. These 3 cards are put in the deck to specifically counter orcusts and also other decks in the meta like Phantom Knights, Elemental Heroes, and also other Resonator decks. So let's go through the hand traps. Artifact Lancia prevents your opponent from banishing cards for an entire turn. It also prevents your own effects from banishing cards, so it does conflict with Cosmic and also your own Red Rain, but if you use its effect during your opponent's turn, before your turn, it should not be a problem if your opponent is going first. It stops Orcust, Phantom Knights, because they both banish monsters from a graveyard to activate effects. It also stops Elemental Hero players from activating Miracle Fusion, which is pretty nice as well. And it also prevents Dark Magician players from banishing cards with a Dark Magical Circle. Okay, next card is DD Crow. This banishes any card from your graveyard, from your opponent's graveyard, as a quick effect. This can banish your opponent's Orcust monsters before they activate their graveyard effects. It also banishes Phantom Knight monster effects, but it is a bit tricky because you can't actually chain Crow after your opponent activates a skill, so if they immediately banish their monsters after activating their skill, you can't actually respond with DD Crow. So it isn't that good against Phantom Knights than against Orcust, because of how skill works, but it's still pretty good. And it's good against Resonators because you can banish your opponent's Crimson Resonator and that ends their turn. And let's have a look at the other cards in the meta. Yep. And our third hand trap is Skullmeister. This is probably the best hand trap in this deck specifically because it is also a fiend monster. So you can always just discard this card from your hand and do your full combo. And also, what this card does is it negates a graveyard effect. So, if your opponent tries to banish a Orcust monster from your graveyard, you can negate that. If your opponent tries to activate a Phantom Knight monster effect from their graveyard, you can negate that. And it is really useful, especially against Phantom Knights, because you can use it in response to their effects, and in the case of DD Crow, you cannot. And also, it's a lot of the times it is better than Lancia against specifically Orcust, because you're preventing your opponent from banishing with Lancia, so during their next turn they can still use their graveyard effects. But for Skullmeister, they have to banish for cost, and then you negate their effect, so they still get banished, but they just can't use their effects. So even during their next turn, they are already banished. They're not in the graveyard anymore, so they can't just use it again in their next turn. And other than that, it's standard Red Dragon Archfiend stuff. It's we're playing 9 backward removal, including 3 Eccentric, 3 MST, and 3 Cosmic, even though MSC isn't really ideal in this meta because of Dingirsu. We do play a couple of Kaijus to get rid of our opponent's Dingirsu in case they, for some reason, are able to make it, even with 9 hand traps. And yeah, the extra deck looks like this, just a regular Red Dragon Archfiend extra deck. We are playing Ancient Pixie Giant. It does come up a lot of times. And Samsara is good follow-up if you have a Eccentric in your hand plus a Crimson Resonator that you get from your graveyard effect of Synchron. So yeah, let's see how well this deck does. And also I should mention that this is not the ideal way to play this deck. I'm just playing it because it's funny. You should probably not play 9 hand traps that counter a specific deck. You should probably play more generic staples like Book of Moon, stuff like that, or even more kaijus. But 9 hand traps is funny, so I'm gonna play it. Whoa, we're finally playing against orcust. Yes! We're finally playing against orcust. Finally! We're finally gonna destroy some orcust players. I'm so glad. Come on, normal summon scrap recycle. Yes! 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 We turn the toggle. As soon as he sends Hop Horror, we're gonna banish that Hop Horror. I'm gonna watch him scoop. Let's go. Chain Crow. Banish the Hop Horror. Yes! Come on, end turn, end turn, end turn. Wait, just go Seal Teams. That's fine. End turn, end turn. Yes! Yeah! Wait, we just won. The Santa Claus here seals the deal. Because we can't actually destroy his monster because it's normal summoned. But because now it's special summoned, we can destroy it. Go to battle. Now win. There we go. Finally we destroyed the orcust player. Resonators can run massive text. That is true. That's completely true. That's the entire reason why we're even playing this deck. As you can see in our hand, we're playing 3 hand traps. All at 3 copies, so we're playing 9 hand traps. And the reason why we can do that is entirely because this skill is broken. A single fiend is full combo. I think we just win if he tries to float with the Dark Magicians. I just Skullmeister. Yeah, just Skullmeister his fusion, and then we win. Should be really simple. Would also gain a bunch of life points. Thank you very much. And we're gonna make Scarlight. Yeah, if it's Dark Cavalry, I can't really do that. But it's not, so it's fine. Very nice effect you've got there. Anyway. Now he's just gonna lose. Yep. There we go. Ooh, is that an orcust player? I really hope that's an orcust player. What do Bandit Keith players usually play? Madolche? But he's playing a 30 card deck, so that's probably not possible. I don't think any Madolche player will play 30 cards in their deck. I'm hoping that's an orcust player. so I can use my 9 hand traps that I've placed in my deck. I don't think Mandoshi players usually play that many cards in their deck because they don't really have a good way to search their predecessor other than Madeline. So if they play that many cards, it's just decreasing their chances of grabbing what they want. They usually play 20 cards and that's it. Honestly, it could be anything, but I'm just hoping that it's a graveyard deck that I could use DD Crow on. We'll just grab back a Crimson Resonator for a follow-up. That's it. End turn. Okay, now, what is our opponent playing? We're about to find out. Gonna Cosmic? Or Red Rain? Yep, it is Orcust. There we go. Turn on the toggle. There's the Hop Horror. We'll activate DD Crow. Say goodbye to your Hop Horror. And turn, 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 and turn. Yeah, let's go. We win.